When I wanted to learn how to drive it, I told my mom. She was against it, that no, she won't accept me, that I'm a lady, that she won't accept me to do this work. But she told me one thing, that okay, don't worry, I'll discuss it with your dad. Anything your dad say, no wahala. So when she told my dad said no wahala, that if I want to do it, that means I want to do what men are doing, that let her allow me to do it. So my dad and my mom, they later give me full support of this work that I'm doing. Being the truck driver that I am now, although I used to have some, let's say, each time I will feel like this work that I'm doing, I don't have enough time for myself. But I would think that since I'm the one that choose men's work, I will need to go in line with whatsoever they are doing.
Do men feel intimidated when they see you and they say that babe, that truck she did drive?
Even though they used to harass me, some will even tell me, they will start swearing for me that Abaye Efe baje ni, this, that. They were like, okay, I want to date you. Being this truck driver that I'm doing, I have passion for truck driving, though. So I saw a lady doing this. So I was like, wow, I can do this now. Since she's a lady, I also can drive this truck. So that was why I started driving this truck. So being this our country now, we have bad roads. This each time if we are driving, I'll be scared like, this bad road, what am I going to do to it? But since I know that so far as this front truck pass through it, I also can pass through it. And I drive truck for conveying PMS, AGO. That is what I drive.
All right. You said you started driving this when you were 22. How old are you now?
I'm 26.
So you've been driving this for 4 years. Do you have any dreams, aspirations of going back to school? Do you want to further your education?
I still wish to further my education. But not now.
What course do you have in
Although
mind?
when I wanted to further my education, then I want to go for mechanical engineering. But now I'm not sure I can go for it too. Even if I want to drive truck, even if I want to further more my education, I'll go and study English. I want to improve my English. So I want to improve my tone in speaking English well. But I still wish to further my education. Not now.
What did your parents say about this line of business, this profession for you?
When I started learning how to drive this, or when I wanted to learn how to drive it, I told my mom. She was against it, that no, she won't accept me, that I'm a lady, that she won't accept me to do this work. But she told me one thing, that okay, don't worry, I'll discuss it with your dad. Anything your dad say, no wahala. So when she told my dad said no wahala, that if I want to do it, that means I want to do what men are doing, that let her allow me to do it. So my dad and my mom, they later give me full support of this work that I'm doing.
Okay. So you mentioned going to secondary school. What school? What class were you in? Were you a commercial student, an art student, or science?
When I was still in secondary school then, I was in science then. So I passed out at Ejigbo Senior High School, Ejigbo, Lagos State. That was where I passed out my SSC.
Now that you're a truck driver, a female truck driver, how is this affecting your life? What impact does it have on your life, on your personality?
Being the truck driver that I am now, I don't have negative impact in my life. Although I used to have some, let's say, each time I will feel like this work that I'm doing, I don't have enough time for myself. But I would think that since I'm the one that choose men's work, I will need to go in line with whatsoever they are doing. So being this truck driver that I'm doing, I derive joy in it. I'm 100% happy with whatsoever I'm doing with this work. I don't feel sad.
Do men feel intimidated when they see you and they say that babe, that truck she did drive?
Yes, so yes. They feel so. Even though they used to harass me, like it's not that sexually harassment but physically harassment. They will harass me. Some will even tell me, they will start swearing for me that abaye efe baje ni, this that. Being me too, that I have sharp mouth, I will reply them immediately, because I know that if they beat me, they're not going to kill me.
So, what's the longest distance you've gone with the truck? Like, do you go interstate or you're mainly within Lagos State or where?
Both interstate and Lagos State.
So, what's the farthest you've gone?
For me, oh, the farthest, as in the farthest driving I have driven is from Lagos to Ibadan for me. But I used to follow my boss to any state, east, north. So
you won't be the one driving the truck?
No, not that. I used to drive it, but not that far. If my boss drive it to maybe half a road, I will collect it and drive. But I've not go from Lagos to maybe far place, being driving myself. The farthest place I've ever go is from Lagos to Ibadan, driving it by myself.
And do you drive in the night?
Yes, I drive at night. And I used to, and we even drive at night. Even me, I drive at night too.
So, have you ever been involved in any accidents? Because we know the states of the road, like the state of the roads, is quite appalling.
Yes, that was when I was still learning it. My boss had an accident then at Onisha. So that time, I was like, I'm going to stop this thing.
Were you in the truck when the accident happened?
I was in the truck then.
Or you were not the one driving?
I was not the one driving. It was my boss that was driving. But we both were inside the truck, and nothing happened to us.
Was the accident serious? Was it a self accident, or you collided with another car or truck or something?
It was, let's say, it's a self accident, because my boss was trying to swipe hand for a car that wanted to hit a woman. So from there, he had to fail brake. But we did not collide with anybody. So nothing happened to anybody.
Did you sustain any injury?
I sustained injury, but not too much.
So what was it like then? Like, how did you feel at that point? Were you discouraged? Like, can I really do this?
Yes, I was discouraged. I was like, I can't continue this. So when I get home, I told my mom and my dad. My mom and my dad now tell me that, no, you need to continue this. Nothing is going to happen to you. I said, I'm going to die. They said, no, you're not going to die. That, okay, all die and I die. Something must kill someone, but not this. Nothing is going to happen to you. There's no how you are going to be doing this work that something like this will not come up. So you need to go along with anything that is happening. But I know that nothing is going to happen to you. So I was like, wow, so far as that my parent has given me courage, let me go back to this work.
Your siblings, do you have any? What are they saying about this business? Are they also interested?
Yes. All my eldest, my elder brother and my elder sisters, they are in full support of it. None of them is against it. Even though my younger sister too, none of them is against it.
How many are you in the family?
My mother gave birth to 4. I'm the last born.
So, are they also interested in doing this?
None of them is interested. I would say I'm the only single lady left out of us, because my mother has 1 son and 3 daughters. So I'm the only one single. None of them is even ready to do it or not.
They are married?
One is married. The other one is about to marry. And my other brother is married too.
So what about you? What is relationship like for you? Are men backing off because you're a truck driver?
Men are not backing off. Oh. Men are not backing off at all. Everybody wants to.
They are not afraid.
They are not afraid though. They were like, okay, I want to date you.
Wow.
None of them is. They are not even afraid at all.
So how have you been able to handle advances of men at work?
If they started disturbing me, I will not give them face. I will not even talk to them. But if I talk to them, I will tell them that, you know what, I can't date you. Let me focus on my work. I'm not after men. I'm not here for men. Let me focus on my work. So that is what I used to tell them. So if I see one that is stubborn, I will not talk to the person again. I will keep malice with him. I will say that, okay, you want to discourage me, Abby. You don't want me to focus on this. That's what I used to do with them. So each time they stop me that, come and give me your number, I will not answer them. They will tell me that, okay, you have pride, you are this, you are proud, you are this, you are that. I won't answer them that, okay, oh, so you want to spend my life, Abby. If I give you my number now, or okay, maybe I started dating you, I will not focus on what I'm doing again. You will be like, okay, don't worry, I will buy this for you, I will buy that. I don't want such to happen. So I don't have time for them. So So far I have a fiancé I have a fiancé, so I don't have time for any guy.
Oh, so you're in a relationship with
I'm in a
someone.
relationship with someone, and he's in full support with it. Although when I first tell him that this work that I am doing, it was like, no wahala now, nothing is going to happen to you. I will support you in anything you are doing.
So have you taken him on a ride in your truck? Has he gone with you before? Has he seen you driving?
Yes, yes, yes.
So what was the experience like? Was he so impressed?
Very, very impressed. He was impressed, and he was not even scared. Because he's a guy now, cannot be scared of what I'm doing.
Okay. So you said you also drive truck. Like, do you help people convey goods? It's not all the time we get to see tankers and all that. Do you also drive that?
Yes.
So when you were learning this, did you start with learning how to drive a normal car, like a usual car, a small car, or did you just go straight to truck driving?
I know at first when I first started driving, I learned how to drive keke marua then, but not too long. So I learned how to drive car. That one too is not too long. So when I say that I know how to drive these things more, and I went to go and learn how to drive truck
So you can drive a car right now?
perfectly.
So what are your future aspirations? What do you want to do now? Because you said you're not sure about school for now. What is it that you want to do?
About this work that I'm doing, although I'm still going to leave it, not now, because I'm a lady now, I can't continue it. I might be pregnant now, I cannot be using my baby or my pregnant to be driving. I will leave it, but not now. So this work that I am doing, when I first started learning this work, although I have passion for it then, but I see that I'm seeing small change to support myself. I won't wait for urgent 2K from guy that, okay, come and give me this, so I won't be sleeping around with guys. So what I want to bring out from this work I'm doing is that I want the whole world to see me. I want the whole world to hear my voice. I want the whole world to support me. I want them to know that what a man can do, a woman can do it. So if I see any lady or any lady that wants to do this thing, they should go into it. I don't want them to be like, I can't die, I can't do this. So no, if you know you have passion for this work, please, I want ladies to drive, to learn how to drive it. I want the whole world to know that we ladies are coming out. We are not lazy. I want them to know. I want them to hear us. I want them to know what we are doing, so that it will not be as if that you are just sleeping at home, you are not doing anything. So that they will know that ladies now are coming out strong. We know we are doing what we are supposed to do.
Okay, so now let's talk about the remuneration for this job now. Like, is it a well-paying job? Do you get well paid for driving? And just give us an idea. You don't have to tell us the exact amounts that you earn, but like, what's the range like?
This work that I am doing, it's not that I'm collecting salary there. I get paid by trip. Each trip we go, I get paid.
So what's it like? Just give us a range, like between this and this.
I don't want to say it out.
A range. I said a range. I didn't say the exact amount.
Okay, maybe each time 5,000, 10,000, 15,000.
All right. So what skill do you want to learn in the nearest future? Because you said you are most likely to leave. Maybe when the time comes for you to settle down and all of that. Are you considering a profession, a trade that you'll be interested in? Because I'm not sure you look like the kind of lady that would want to learn makeup and making.
I learned how to make hair before this work. So maybe if I want to settle down now, I can open my hairdressing shop, hairdressing salon. I can open it.
Okay. Will you say you've been able to save enough from this job?
Yes.
And how often do you travel in a week? Are you always driving every day?
No, not every day. If it is within Lagos, let's say like we work maybe 4 times a week or 5. But if we travel, let's say 2 or 3 times in a week.
Going on or moving on, will you say you would like your child in the future to do this?
Yes. So if my child if you have courage to do it, I'll support him or her. I'll support them.
But do you like the attention you get? Because I see that you're a viral sensation at the moment, and everyone seems to love you for your courage, your bravery, being able to drive a truck. It's not something that you find women doing. So how are you taking the attention? Does your partner, does he like it?
Yes, so even me too. I love what is happening now. I love everything. People are just calling me up, or even my enemy are calling me that we saw you online, you do this, you have gone viral, you do that. Me, I'm happy at this moment too. I'm happy.